Hello there! Welcome to Turtle JavaScript. Today I will describe the process of creating pull requests to contribute to open source projects on GitHub. Any open source projects on GitHub, including mine, will be happy for your contribution. The process of creating pull requests to contribute is very simple. You just find the open source project repository on GitHub that you like. You need to fork that repository, which means created a clone version of that repository under your own account. Then you make the changes to that clone repository, to your own repository. Once those changes are done, GitHub UI allows you to create a pull request directly. You then submit that pull request to the original repository owner. It will be reviewed, approved, and you will be famous contributor of some great open source repository. Let's have a look at what it looks like in practice. First, you need to find some open source project that you want to be contributing to. We will be contributing to this one, which is displaying quotes of famous people. On GitHub, when you want to contribute to some repository, you need to first fork it. That means that it will create a copy of that full repository under your own account. You will then put the changes into that repository, and once you're ready, you can create a pull request to push the changes from your repository to the original one. This is my repository, and I have already promised that I will be accepting new quotes from other people that will want to contribute to this website. So it's a good idea for you to use this repository as a trial ground. You can see that all the repositories have a fork button in the right top corner, so you can fork the repository by simply clicking it. And now that's it. Now that you have the fork repository, it's time for you to clone it to your computer. You can either use HTTPS or SSH or GitHub CLI. I will be using HTTPS in this case. And now I clone the project. Now I move to the folder. I should install the packages and run it locally just to make sure that everything is okay. Now let's run the project. And this is our local version running. Now we just need to add more quotes. Now to add some quotes, you open the quotes list.js. And we will be adding some quotes from Franz Kafka, who is a Czech writer. Now we have 3 new quotes by Franz Kafka. We commit the changes. Now it's time to push those changes to your repository. Now that we have pushed our change into our repository, we can see that GitHub is telling us that our branch is 1 commit ahead of the original mid-Martin main. So now to create a pull request, we will go to contribute and open pull request. Now this is the page on GitHub for creating pull request. You can see that we are supposed to compare the changes here. We are choosing the base repository, which we originally forked from, and we are going directly into the main. I can see that these are the changes that we have just created. With all that, I just click the Create Pull Request. Now I need to name the pull request and leave some comments explaining the changes that I'm trying to create. Some repositories may have some rules for you how to create these, so don't forget to check those before going ahead with the pull request. Now I'm going to click the Create Pull Request. And that's it, my work is done. Pull request is created. Me as the owner of the repository, I have just received an email informing me that someone has created a pull request. This is the screen that I see as the maintainer of the original repository about the pull request. I can see that it's pretty much the same information. So I should go to review the commit. I can review the file changes. Everything looks alright, so I'm going to approve it. If it wouldn't, I would just comment and you would see the information that I have some questions. Now that's approved and I can merge the pull request. Now that the pull request was merged in, I can see in close list. And our changes are added here and visible. Because the repository is connected to the Netlify website, it will build automatically for me and the new codes will be immediately available. Try it for yourself, I'm curious about what codes you will create. Thank you and see you with the next video.